All right, welcome back to
Yeah,
another Remote Savage Access interview, or how we should be calling it from here on in the Remote Savage Accelerator, as we're switching things up a little bit on
I like
our
that.
side. But today I got a very special gentleman, even though he doesn't really act his age much with the results that he's done, but I got Joshua over here who's out from New Jersey. And yeah, Joshua, how you doing, brother? Good to
I
see you on
am
here.
doing pretty good. Down to Monster, so it's one way to start the morning. It's fucking cold, dude. It's
I
ridiculously cold outside. It's
yeah,
crazy.
I bet, man. Well, in New Jersey, of course, dude. And is it a white monster or
The Viking Berry Monster, bro.
Viking bear? Hey, that's close enough to the white monster. So savage, bro, savage. I love to hear that, man. But dude, you've already had some pretty good results within not only the Remote Sales 101 community, but also within the Remote Savage Access, our Remote Savage Accelerator. But before we jump into the Remote Savage Access, Remote Savage Accelerator, let's take things back a little bit from when you first joined the Remote Sales 101 school community. So, what were you doing when you first joined the Remote Sales 101 community? How did you find out about the group? And what kind of prompted you to join the free community?
So what kind of prompted me, which if we're dating back, I'm dating a little further back, was Instagram. Seen a lot of people doing sales stuff, and I had originally tried getting the solar, but they couldn't let me in because you have to do law-abiding contracts, and I'm only 17, so you can't do it at 18. So I was like, all right, you know what? It's probably gonna be a pain in the ass to do door to door anyways, because I was already doing that for my power washing business. Still going a little slow. I mean, my rib is broken, so I can't do much. But other than that, I was seeing some stuff online about people doing high ticket sales, sales in different industries that doesn't involve a hands-on thing. Like I'm not going to walk to your front doorstep, Evan, and try to sell you something. I can do it 1,000 miles away. So that's originally what got me into it, and then I eventually got into a group, and then saw that you messaged me, guys, like trying to send me some sketchy link. Turned out to be the best fucking school community I've ever joined.
I
So yeah,
love it,
man.
man. I love that, dude. What kind of like prompted you, like from thinking that it's a sketchy link to joining up with the community? Then what was kind of that light bulb moment?
Well, I didn't know what school was, so I checked out the link. I was like, oh, this is kind of weird. Um, and at the time, I was already watching Hormozy. I was like, oh shit, I think I heard of this somewhere. And I was like, oh yeah, it's a school community, so it's on school. So I joined in, said what's up, gave the whole rundown of who I am, what I want to be, where I want to be in a 3 to 6 9 to a whole year. And yeah,
Yeah, man. And then you kind of like lit it on fire a little bit because not only did you join the free community, you went through the remote sales blueprint, you started doing some of the action steps within there. But what kind of prompted you to then join up with the paid community with the remote savage access? Like what like why did you want to kind of invest in yourself instead of just continuing to do some of the free communities either on school or to continue watching YouTube video? Why invest in yourself and your own journey to join the remote savage access?
I don't want to anger the newer guys, but the time when I joined, it was the price of one of these.
Yeah, man.
So
That's
I
why you
was
got to
like,
get in
holy,
early.
yeah, bro. I was like, holy shit, what a crazy ass deal. So you know what? I joined in. I was also just trying to reach my peak potential. Like I'm trying to expand what I know because free stuff only gets you so far. It's really actually paying even a cent just to expand your knowledge and go out there. So I found that to be a better way than being like down here, not knowing anything. And given that I was only in the school community, there's hundreds of other people, so I won't have as much guidance. So given I'm more of an isolated group, it's like a little more close. I have way more idea for expansion, what I want to do, and way more actual hands-on guidance. So definitely.
Awesome, man. Well, dude, like it's absolutely incredible, especially to see your progress, man, because you're just 17. And I remember when I first saw Iman Gadzi online back when I was like 23, 24 years old. He was 16, 17 years old. I think he had like 2,000 subs, like maybe not even 1,500 when I first started following him. And he was 17, 16 years old at the time. So age for me is just not really a factor, especially for those that really want to get things done. There's people in their 30s, 40s, and 50s that don't even have the same mature mindset as you do, Joshua. So with that being said, like and after joining the remote Savage Access, you started getting some success almost like literally almost right away with some support, especially with the community-based support and some savages that were already in there. Talk us through like how long that it took you to land your first remote gig after joining the remote Savage Access.
within 24 hours.
That's crazy, man. Like, and
And
there's proof of that inside of the school community. You literally posted it within
yeah,
24 hours. You landed your first remote gig. It might not have been the most perfect gig for you, but dude, like within 24 hours after asking a few really good questions within the
yeah.
remote Savage Access, after finding out that hey, this might be a legit offer to hop on to, you know what, I'm just going to give it a try kind of thing. So take us through that process, like that first 24 hours after joining the remote Savage Access. Because when people hear that you got your first remote gig at 17 within 24 hours, like that's pretty crazy, man.
So process of that was like, all right, now I'm here. I gotta do something else. I can't just join and twiddle my thumbs and hope that you give me an offer or whatever it may be. Although you do have some solid fucking offers, which I'm looking at one right now, the one that you'd sent me. But going back to what we were talking about, um, I was in there and I'm meeting all these great people. I met Carlos, I met Ethan. Those like the OGs, as long as with you too. But then more people start coming along. But the main guy actually got me into that offer. I could definitely give a huge shout out to is Carlos. Carlos is like, hey, there's this offer. I'm not too big on it. It's called Lumiton. I was like, all right, I'll check it out. And a little undeveloped, but I was like, practice is practice. So it doesn't really matter if I make money out of it. I'm still running through, like basically riding the wave and figuring out what I can do as far as actually expanding my knowledge other than sitting here watching videos, taking notes, and not actually doing something, not getting in the ring.
Dude, I love that. Well, especially like the people that you meet within a paid community is much different than the people that you would meet in a free community. There's a lot of people exactly what you mentioned. They kind of just twiddle their thumbs. They don't really do anything. They don't really take action. They love to get a dopamine rush from the free content and never really get anywhere and never really want to pursue excellence. And that's why I created the remote Savage Access, is so that people like you, Joshua, can join up inside of the community. You can already meet people like Carlos, and Carlos is crazy results. He didn't even tell me. I don't know if you watched the interview that I already had
Yeah, I
with
did.
Carlos before, but dude, he didn't even tell me that he landed a brand new gig after, I think, like under 10 days after joining the Savage Access, and he made more money in his first day. His first day setting on a brand new remote offer. He made more money in a single day than a doctor does in a whole month. A doctor's monthly salary in his home country of Guatemala, which was just absolutely insane to hear. But people don't take the moments to appreciate the small wins. And while that might have been kind of small for Carlos, even then, even at the time, it's huge, and it's a huge motivator, not only to myself, who I want to be able to help as many people as possible, but even for you, Joshua, as well, having someone in there like Carlos who already had maybe a little bit of experience before, but just to know that he can make more money in a single day than a doctor who went to school for 12 years on a whole monthly salary, not even within a 1 day timeline. It's just absolutely crazy to see within that. But dude, your energy is super contagious, and that's why I'm so happy that you're a part of not only the remote Savage Access story, but also I can be a part of your story too. That is a huge thing. And I am so happy that not only that you and even like myself can be a part of your story, because dude, you're still so young and you have so much energy, so much vibrance and high frequency, that the world's kind of your oyster. And especially from where you got started, from when we first met a few months ago to where you are now, it's light years difference, especially from being in a few months within the community. So just to kind of take a step back, like what kind of advice would you give not only to yourself from a few months ago, but even to someone that is brand new, either within remote sales or someone that starts to want to generate some money online and work remotely? Like what kind of advice would you give to them from what you know now?
It's already out there. You just got to go find it. That's really it. I mean, it takes a lot of searching to find offers. Like you'll find people that try to get you to pay for their stuff. You'll find people that try running up your credit card. You'll find people that will try to, well, they'll just ghost you. So I think finding this community was truly a gem, and being able to, given all these offers from all different kinds of owners of different companies is just absolutely, it's just stellar. It's just absolutely amazing. So it's out there. He's like, for me, when I was new, I was like, oh shit, where do I even start? But same advice, it's out there. You just gotta go find it. It's hard to find, but when you find it, you'll be very grateful that you did not stop searching.
But that's absolutely stellar advice, man, because so many people they just give up right away after like one or two bad experiences. They just give up right away and they don't realize that on that maybe that third or that fourth outreach. And that's one of the reasons why I teach that interview outreach method. By the time that you reach your third or fourth interview, that's when the gold mine kind of happens. And that's where you're able to actually find something very legit that you can work on over the long time. But brother, like I appreciate your time today. You're a fucking stud. Part of my French here because you're under 18, but you're a fucking stud, bro. Honestly, like you're a huge motivator, especially for people not only just your age, but you're a huge motivator even for Mitchell, who ended up landing his first gig after start. I think he only did 5 or 6 days of outreach. After he landed his first remote gig, you were one of the people that he mentioned because he's 35, 36 years old, and you got a remote gig within 24 hours after taking action. It's a huge motivator, man. I'm so happy that you're inside there too. And dude, thank you so much for hopping on here. I appreciate it, man.